I understand you're starting your tour here in Roanoke, and I wondered how that came about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we had such a good time there last year, they decided to put us there for longer this time. We feel at home there to rehearse, I guess. I think it just how it came up is that the theatre where we are there is just the perfect place for us to kind of do a sit down for a few days, and obviously we're doing all our pre-production rehearsals there and our whole setup. And I think it gave us enough space and enough time to just kind of relax there for a few days, and it's the perfect place to kick off a tour, isn't it?
I hope so. How much rehearsal do you need?
Well, we've quite a bit to do because this is a brand new show for us, and the majority of music in it it's the first time it's going to ever be performed live, apart from the DVD, our Songs from the Heart DVD we filmed earlier on in the year. So, there's a lot of work to go into it. I mean, we have a brand new set, we have, new costumes, we have new lighting, we have a few new choir members and band members on tour with us. We have the solo bagpiper who was on the DVD, Anto Byrne, coming out with us. So there's a lot of new people involved, as well as, some people behind the scenes that you don't get to see, some crew. So there's a lot that's going to go into this particular production, and I think anyone who's going to come and see the show will know that, and it's very evident, they'll see it straight away, that it is without a doubt our finest and our biggest and best production we've ever put on to date. So there's a lot of work going into this one. I think, like the DVD, very much like the DVD, everyone is pulling out all the stops to make this particular show spectacular, and our heart and soul is going into this one, I think. So we're all so excited about it. I mean, I just can't wait for rehearsals to start already. The anticipation is killing me,
How many people are involved in a production like this?
It's a big production. I mean, there's about 55 of us to 60 of us at any one time. So, we're a huge group, but a little family.
Well, as I understand it, this started out as a one-night event. Did you ever think it would be this successful to go on for this long? I
had no idea. I mean, none of us had any idea. Myself, Mairead and Lisa have been involved since day one, and we're delighted to have Alex and Lynn on as newer members of the group. But, I mean, I think for the three of us to be where we are today is just the most amazing feeling in the world. We had no idea the show would be this huge. I mean, I was 14 when I was first approached to ask me if I'd be involved with Celtic Woman. And, I jumped at the opportunity, I think, because they said, it's just going to be a one-night show. Bring your family and friends along and sing a few songs, and that's it, and little did we know, we had no idea we'd get the call to say, take the next few years out of your life. And I think that one night, it was all actually so thrown together. We knew of one another before Celtic Woman, but we never worked with each other. And we only met each other about 2 days before we filmed the DVD, and we kind of rehearsed a few songs. And it was very relaxed. It was very much just go on and enjoy yourselves, have a good time. And I think the reason I said I'd like to do it is because I hoped I'd get the next day off school. I had no idea that this would be the most amazing journey and experience of my life. And I think even today, when they first said, well, look, we're going to release the CD and DVD, we're going to go out and tour, I think none of us actually believed it would actually happen, and now that we look back, now it's just been such a whirlwind and such a roller coaster, but it's been the most amazing experience of all our lives.
You have to be one of the youngest old veterans on tour.
I know, and I wouldn't believe it. I'm 20, but I'm still the baby of the group. I'm still the baby. There's nobody younger than me yet, so I still get all the stick.
Do you see this going on for a long time?
Well, I mean, I think Lisa nailed it on the head when she said the other day, we've stopped planning and predicting the future because we have no idea where each day is going to take us. Like I just said, we had no idea we would be where we are today. So we really don't know where this is going to go from here. I mean, I guess for us, we just hope to just keep doing what we love, and that people will keep loving what we do. And for us, each day just gets bigger and better, and the show and Celtic Woman grows from strength to strength every time we get to perform with each other. So I think, if we just keep making music and making what we love, we just hope that people will enjoy it. So who knows? I mean, you really just don't know what's around the corner. So I think we just take each day as it comes, and we just try to treasure every single moment, because before you know it, it's all gone and it's over and done with, so we're just trying to treasure every second we have together.
Who do you see coming to your concerts? What audience do you appeal to?
Well, I mean, that has been probably one of the biggest surprises and most rewarding things about Celtic Woman, is that I'm not sure who the show was originally intended for, but we have been so surprised over the last few years that we have had the most random kind of fans come along to our show. We've had children as young as 2 and 3 coming with their brothers and sisters, their parents, their grandparents. So it's become very much a family show. I think for us, the only reason we can come up with is that because when you look at the show, there is such diversity in it, and there's such an amazing variety of music. So I think if you come along and you like one thing in particular, there's something there for you, and I think everyone can identify with something different within the show, which I think is the reason the music has just spawned so many generations and every kind of group there is out there, because Celtic Woman has something for everyone, because of the variety in the show. And we've had a few heavy metal rockers as well along the way, which has been quite a bit of a surprise.
I was wondering if Celtic Woman is as big in Ireland as it is in the USA.
Celtic Woman is kind of a phenomenon, really. I think we have made the majority of our success has been here in the States, as opposed to at home. I don't know whether Irish people just don't want to listen to their own music, but we've had wonderful support at home, and I think the Irish people see their own going overseas and making a living and making their dreams come true, and I think they're proud of that, as opposed to us being big at home, and we kind of would have it no other way, because it's nice when we finish tour and we can go home and spend some time with our family and friends, that we don't constantly feel like we're working. We can kind of just enjoy ourselves and relax at home with our families, so they're aware of us. But I'm not sure that, the majority, you could say our success is there. It's primarily kind of over here, and I think that's because, so many people for generations and generations have come over to America, and have started a whole new life and have fulfilled their dreams. And, years and years later, we're doing the exact same thing. So there is so much Irish here in the States. And we get people coming up to us who say that, they've never been to Ireland and they may never make it to Ireland. But because they came to the show, they feel a little closer to home, that the Irish is in their blood. And, if they can come along and feel connected to the music and where they come from in some way, then we're happy campers.
Okay, and back to when you start, when do you actually get to Roanoke? How many days are you here actually rehearsing before you start the first show? We're there
in pre-production, I believe, for a week, I think, before the show. So we've got a few days of rehearsals, and then I think the 9th and 10th are kind of preview nights. They're kind of premiere nights, and I think the 11th is kind of our main show we're aiming for. And I think the 9th and 10th are to see if everything runs smoothly. But I'm sure it will. I have no doubt. The first night we ever perform is always the best night, because there's that surge of kind of adrenaline and nervous energy, because we've never performed it to a live audience before. So no doubt those couple of shows in Roanoke are going to be, fantastic. They'll be filled with lots of nervous energy.
I see that you have about 75 shows scheduled over four months or so. What, aside from talking to clueless reporters, what is the worst thing about going on tour?
Oh, I don't think that's a bad thing. I guess, you could just say very obviously, is leaving our family and friends at home. It is very hard touring, because it's kind of a lonely life, despite being surrounded by so many people. At the end of the day, when you close that hotel room door or wherever you go, it's just you on your own, and that can be kind of lonely, that every hotel starts to look the same, and you kind of just miss your own bed and your own comforts at home. But we've been very lucky that in the last few years we've grown so close that we're like a little family ourselves, and we look after one another when we're away from home, and that's so important, to know that you have that love and support around you. And I always say, when you're here, you miss your family at home, but when you're at home, you miss your family out here. And it's so true. You kind of find yourself going home and still living out of a suitcase. But we're lucky. We look after one another, and we love and respect each other's space. And, you're guaranteed if you're having a good day or a bad day, there'll always be somebody there to give you a hug and kind of rally around you and pick you back up again, So that's very important, and I think that's a wonderful thing to know, that at the end of the day, those 2 hours on stage are the best 2 hours of our day. And when you get up in front of people who've come to see you and you know that they love what you do, and you're surrounded by people you love, that's a very special thing for all of us.
Well, Roanoke is looking forward to your performances, and we're glad to have you come, and looking forward to it.
Thank you. We're dying to get back there. We're very excited, and we're looking forward to seeing what everyone in Roanoke thinks. They're getting the premiere of our new show, Songs from the Heart, so we're very excited, and we could pick no better a place to do it.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate